Hey, this is Pretty Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, real quick, I just wanted to shout out my new resources page. It's my master materials list. If you're ever interested in what I use for my artwork or what I use for any medium that is displayed on my YouTube videos, definitely check that out. I've got some really fun resources there. All right, let's get to it. So last year, in terms of creating art, it was okay. All right, no, the quantity of the artwork that I made sucked. And because of that, I need to make some sort of change. I spoke previously about my word of the year, which is challenge, and how I'm trying to fulfill that. But I'm also trying to embrace a new art mentality. This art mentality is going to help me out and hopefully help you out as well with the amount of artwork you create. Because one of the things I've realized, and thank you Roberto Blake for, bringing this out. Shout out to Roberto Blake. He's really cool. You should totally follow him. He mentioned that in order to get hired, you don't necessarily need you do need good work. That's something that we all know, or at least good enough work. But one of the things that gets you hired and makes you different from the rest of the artists that are applying for the same position is your body of work. You need multiple paintings if you're an illustrator. You need multiple designs if you're a graphic designer. You need multiple showings of what you do and how you do it and how you accomplish it. So, for example, the paintings that's on my traditional paintings page on my website, that when I originally had that on there, those paintings were about 2 years old. So when I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, I've got my paintings there, but I have nothing new and nothing fresh. I'm not constantly rotating new paintings from my website, or at least rotating the best paintings from my website. So with that being said, I'm just like, okay, I need to figure out something to help me get over that gap and over that bridge of not finishing or not even creating artwork. So the beginning of this year was actually not too bad. I started and finished a ginormous piece, which will be sold as an 11 by 14 inch print. This is actually the piece that I'm working on in the video. It's called Everlasting. So I'm trying to find out ways to generate ideas. I'm finding out ways to not even tone down my process, but sleeken up my process. So when it's time for me to actually create, I know exactly what the next step is. So this new art mentality, okay, it's an art mentality. What is it? Well, I came up with these 3 rules, and hopefully these 3 rules will help you as well as they are helping me. Rule number 1, every piece, good or not, big or small, is going to be a win. I'm going to repeat that. Every piece, good or not, big or small, is going to be a win. Why? Because you created something. That's why I want to bring myself into this mentality of let's just create. Every piece, whether it's good or not, if it's big or small, it's going to be a win because I am one piece closer to getting something done, or one piece closer to adding to my roster of paintings that I've done. So yeah, that is something that was completely mind-blowing to me because I'm just like, okay, no matter how big or small the piece is, no matter if I decide to make a 5 by 7 piece or a 15 by 20 piece, it's going to be a win. It's going to be something I accomplished, and it's going to be something that I can celebrate. Rule number 2, I don't give a crap if it's good. It's #finished, not perfect. Now, I got this mentality from Jake Parker from his video Finished Not Perfect. And that was also very mind blowing to me, because it's just like, I can go on and on and on about finishing a piece, but I can literally work on a piece for God knows how long. Well, sometimes you have to know when to stop, because you'll never work on anything else that's more important. So that is something that I really embraced, and I'm really trying to do for this year. I also noticed that artists are their own critics. It's also very easy to get hard on yourself. And I also look at artists with really large bodies of work, and I'm like, how the hell did they have the time or the mentality or the courage to create so many pieces and not feel bogged down by your conscience saying, oh, you're not good enough, or that idea is not good enough. So I want to be one of those artists with a very large body of work. Rule number 3, don't be afraid to share. This is because a lot of times I might not want to share the process of a painting. I might not want to get people in the loop of what I'm doing. I might not feel like it's whatever content I'm sharing isn't good enough or isn't complete enough to share. Well, now I'm saying, you know what? Screw all of that. I am going to just put up, shut up, and share. Even if that means taking a little photo and throwing it on Instagram really quick with a little caption and a couple hashtags. It only takes 2 seconds. So those are pretty much 3 rules of my new art mentality, and it's a work in progress. It will change throughout the year and throughout time. But a bonus one is my thoughts of not having enough time. If I give myself small wins, such as, let's say I have to go to work in the next 50 minutes. I can take 30 of those 50 minutes and just do something, anything pertaining to that piece of artwork. And it's interesting how much you can get done when time and a deadline is looming close by, especially with something not as flexible as I need to be clocked in at this certain time. So that's a little bonus, and I figured that would be really fun to practice. I mean, for example, let's say you have a meeting that you have to attend and you want to start sketching out a painting. Well, what better time to do that than in 30 minutes after you're dressed and everything for your meeting, and you just go ahead and just go for it and see what happens. At the very least, when you come home from whatever task you have to get done, you're 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 5 or 10 or an hour closer than what you have been before. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below, what is your art mentality? What will be something that you want to change or something that you want to work on for 2018? Definitely let me know in the comments below. I look forward to your responses. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, as always, and make sure you have a pretty kitty kind of day. Take care.